Hey Book Dragons, I'm so glad you joined me on the channel today. Back in 2024, when I made my goals for 2025, one of those goals was to do a quarterly writing update. So if you've been following my writing journey, then you will be happy to know that I've got some stuff to talk about today. Not a lot, but I do have some things to talk about. As you know, I am the author of Talendor's Guest and The Nomad's Crucible. The Nomad's Crucible was released in October of 2024, and the process of writing The Nomad's Crucible was quite lengthy. I took 7 years to get that book out. From the time I finished writing it to the time of release, it was 7 years. Now that is not normal for me. When I first completed the rewrites that turned Talendor's Guest into what it is, I was released on the market within a year, I'll say. But for some reason, once I finished writing The Nomad's Crucible, I just kind of got stuck in a rut, and I took a year break from it at least before I went back to it and started looking at it again and revising it and making some changes, and then I took more breaks. So something happened there. I'm not entirely sure what. I kind of wonder if it's a little bit of a burnout, working on something so hard for so long, causing me to get stressed out and just not even want to touch it again. I had never experienced that before. So I'm thinking with any books I write in the future, I will probably be pacing myself a little better so that I'm not just going whole hog on it. Now, it's possible that I will write the next book quickly once I get into my groove with it, but I want to give myself a good 1 or 2 years after releasing The Nomad's Crucible to have another book out. And that may not be what readers want, and I completely understand that. You want to get another book right away, but I write standalones, so it's not like you're waiting with bated breath to find out what happens after the end of The Nomad's Crucible. It's a standalone novel. I don't plan on that changing for the foreseeable future. I've had requests to add a second book to it, but as of right now, that is not my plan, okay? So let's talk about where I'm at with my writing. And I've mentioned before that I have 2 projects going currently. One of those I have codenamed Dreamer, and the other one I have codenamed Ink. And I am working on both of those kind of in tandem with each other, but I feel a little bit more drawn at this point to be working on Ink, which is going to be a full novel. Dreamer is a novella and serves as kind of a prequel to the universe that I'm building, so that is kind of exciting, but I feel like I've gotten more done with Ink and I have more ideas for Ink. So let's take a look at where I'm at currently, and I'm going to put my eyes on for this so that I can see what I'm doing here. Currently, I am sitting at 571 words for Ink. Now that doesn't seem like a lot, but I kind of edit and revise as I go, so a lot of work has been put into that with what little I've written, and I feel good about where it's at and the direction I'm going with it. I feel like it's going to be a story that you guys are really going to enjoy. And one thing that you may be excited about for Ink is if you have read Talendor's Guest, one of the segments in Talendor's Guest features a character called the Ink Master, and the Ink Master will be appearing in this new project. He won't be the main character, he will be a main side character, but he is going to get quite a bit of time on the page. So I hope you're excited about that. I know I am. I feel really good about where this project is going. The other project, Dreamer, is currently sitting at 305 words. Again, not a whole lot. I have spent more time with Ink than I have with Dreamer, so 305 words is not really surprising. Now you may be asking, well Chaz, I thought you'd be further along by now and writing every day. And that's one of the problems I'm facing right now. I am not writing every day. And I am not pushing myself to write every day. There are just some days that I don't feel like writing. and the last couple of months have been really busy, and I just haven't felt like I had the time to really sit down and plug into my work. And I know there's a lot of authors out there that say they sit down every day early in the morning and they'll write 2,500 words, or they'll write 2 or 3 chapters at a time. That's great for them. That works for them. Right now, that is not where I'm at. It's not that I'm not committed. I am committed to writing more books. I've got stories and ideas in my head that need to get out on the page, but right now I haven't had the time to sit down and put that kind of effort into my writing. It will happen. It's just going slower at the beginning. Once I get into a groove with my writing, I start picking up pace and feeling like I have more to devote to it. But I'm not getting up at 5 a.m. to write 2,500 words before starting my day, because I'm getting older and I need more sleep and I need to be able to function for my job, right? Because I have a day job. So I am passionate about writing and storytelling, but that passion has not translated into a vigor that keeps me writing every single day. It will get to that point, but it's not at that point yet. So I feel good with where I'm at. And I do have other projects that I have worked on in the past. They're still kind of on the back burner. I'm still kind of fleshing them out. The first book I ever started working on is codenamed Scourge. And I put a lot of effort into that, but it was so early on in my writing career that it needs a lot of polish, it needs a lot of rewriting, and I feel like it's not going to be something that I'm ready to focus on anytime soon. But it will be coming at some point. And there are some characters that you may recognize in that book as well once I get back to writing it and get it released and everything. Because the way Talendor's Guest works is it's kind of a sampler platter of my writing. It is a full novel, but it was originally a book of short stories that I reworked and reformatted into a full novel, added a frame story to it and everything like that. So people have compared it to an Arabian Nights or Canterbury Tales or things like that. But originally it was just a book of short stories and offers kind of a sampling of my writing style and the kind of ideas that are running around in my head. So Scourge will eventually come out, and you will see some characters from Talendor's Guest in that as well. So I hope that is helpful to you. I hope you're excited about where I'm going with my writing. And I have other ideas in my head that I have written down notes for. I keep a Google Notes file on my phone, and it's the same program that I use for making notes for videos and video ideas. So I have a specific section for book ideas, and I just keep a running list of ideas so that I don't forget them. And that's been very helpful to me as well. That wasn't always part of my process, but at one point in my journey, I decided I need to start writing all these ideas down, because I probably got at least 20 different ideas for books that I'm not actively working on. I've got a lot in the pipeline, guys, but I'm really only focusing on Dreamer and Ink right now. So that's where I'm at in the process, and at some point I will probably do a Q&A live stream about my writing, give you a little bit more in-depth look at where I'm at in my process. But these books are so fresh and so early on in the process that I don't feel like this is the time to be doing that. I really want to have more fleshed out in the books before I start giving more details and answering more questions about them. You can feel free to ask questions in the comments below about these books, and I may or may not be able to answer them for you, but that's kind of where we're at. And I do plan to still do quarterly updates. So toward the end of June, let's see, April, May, June. Yeah, toward the end of June, I will be giving another writing update. And hopefully I will have more to tell you guys. But until then, I hope you'll check out Talendor's Guest. I hope you'll check out The Nomad's Crucible. Both of them are available on Amazon.com in paperback and ebook form. I am looking to possibly release hardbacks at some point. We'll see about that, I'm not sure. I still need to figure out what I'm doing with my ebooks and such as far as Amazon is concerned, because I do feel like I want to branch out a little bit, but that golden ball and chain at Amazon is pretty hard to pass up right now. So more to come on that, but please check out my books if you're interested, and I hope this has been a valuable update to you. And let me know in the comments below if you've enjoyed this. If you have other questions for me, please leave those comments below as well. And until next time, guys, make sure you read more books, and I will be back soon with more non-writing related videos. But until then, you can check out the cards at the end of this video for more stuff from me to watch.